Hi, I'm Ben Preston with the New York Daily News. Today we're taking a look at the 2019 Acura RDX. It's all new, and Acura has added a lot of new features and design elements to bring it up to speed with the rest of the field. The RDX stands in direct competition with strong sellers like the BMW X3 and the Audi Q5. But Acura's strategy has been to take its Honda sensibility and sort of one-up the other marks in little bits here and there. It's got more cargo room, it's got a little bit more power, it's got a very torquey engine. These things have always sold well, but now they look good too. I think Acura's engineers have been responsive to a general discontent with the way the design looked on the previous generation of the RDX. That beak thing just had to go. But what they have now, a wide grille with an attractive starburst pattern, really looks good. And the rest of the body looks good too. There are a lot of creases and bulges. It comes together and it gives the RDX kind of an athletic stance without being too crazy because, again, an Acura. At first I wasn't all that amped on the interior. There's this knob in the middle of the dash that's fine, but it kind of sits in this urinal looking thing, and you have sort of a spaceship aesthetic with it. But after a short time it really grew on me, mostly because it was so functional. It was so easy to find all the controls. So once I got used to the interior aesthetic, everything else was great. Because the seats, and I don't say this often, the seats were perfect. They fit so well, they were adjustable in numerous different ways, but not over adjustable. It has 29.5 cubic feet of volume with the rear seats up, lagging behind the X3 and the Volvo XC60, and about 59 cubic feet with the seats folded flat, which is smaller than the X3 and the Q5. The real strong point on this, technology-wise, is definitely the True Touch trackpad. The trackpad is proportional to the screen so that you're always in the same spot on the trackpad that you are on the screen. And the screen is mounted up high so you don't take your eyes too far away from the road. The RDX is probably one of the most car-like crossovers on the market in terms of the way it drives. There's a new engine for this year. It's a turbocharged 2-liter VTEC 4-cylinder. Honda's VTEC technology has been around for a while, but they're getting more into the turbos. We've seen it on the Civic and other models. You get a lot of torque in a usable range from just off idle to the upper end of where you're really going to be driving most of the time anyway, 4,500 or 5,000 RPMs. The new Turbo 4 is leaps and bounds better than the naturally aspirated V6 it replaces. It's a little bit less horsepower, and by less I mean 272 compared to 279. There's more torque, and there's more torque in a usable range. There's a big flat torque curve. Like I mentioned before, something between 1,500 and 4,500 RPMs, you've got full torque. Acura backed up the 2-liter VTEC with a new 10-speed automatic transmission, so it's always in the right RPM for optimum performance. It can be a little bit of an issue if you're going at kind of mid-speed and you decide to mash the accelerator to the floor to pass somebody. It can take a minute for it to hunt down to the right gear because it's sequential. But once it takes off, it takes off. As far as handling goes, the RDX definitely handles more like a sports sedan. All-wheel drive models like the one I tested send about 70% of the engine's grunt to the rear wheels in Sport and Sport Plus mode, and that makes for a more sporty driving dynamic. One of the things I think Acura prides itself on is value. And it offers a lot of standard features that other manufacturers, particularly luxury ones like BMW and Mercedes-Benz, tack on as extra cost. The Acura RDX comes with all of the active safety features you would expect in a vehicle of this level. If you're in the market for a luxury compact crossover, it's hard to find fault with the RDX. Compared to BMW, Audi, Mercedes-Benz, you get a lot of standard features for the base price on both the base model and the top-of-the-line model. With its stylish, comfortable interior, attractive new styling, and upgraded technology, the RDX makes a compelling option amidst its competition. I'm Ben Preston with the New York Daily News. Thanks for watching.